A new Disney Plus series follows a witch named Agatha Harkness who loses her powers and the lengths she will go to get them back.
Agatha.
Who's been messing up everything?
The covenless witch.
It's been Agatha all along.
No. What really happened to you?
Agatha was last seen in Marvel's WandaVision, and now this series focuses on Agatha and the coven she builds in the hopes of gaining back her witchy powers. Agatha is played by Kathryn Hahn. This series also starring Locke. Both are in studio this morning. Good morning to both of you.
Morning. Hi,
this is your first time in Canada.
This is my first time in Canada.
And this is your first stop. First time in Canada.
Yeah, first morning in Canada, straight on the TV.
What was it like to wake up in Canada this morning?
It was great. I feel like because I'm 5 hours ahead, I woke up at 6 a.m. and it felt like midday.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Well, it's such a beautiful time of year to visit
It's
here.
gorgeous here.
And you've spent some time here as well.
Yeah, I've shot my first movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
So good.
In beautiful Toronto. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have both of you. Kathryn, I wanted to ask you about your role here because I've heard that you said that you had a little bit of imposter syndrome when you learned you would be the lead of Agatha all along. You thought of yourself as a Marvel visitor. How did you sort of work through that?
Yeah, I mean, I think as an actor, you always kind of have like a little bit of an imposter syndrome of whatever you're kind of taking on. But this for sure felt like, wait, what? This is a centuries-old witch that no one really had heard of in the comics. And, you know, I think how I got over that was Jack Schaefer, who wrote WandaVision, wrote this incredible story that we put together this insane cast. And all of a sudden you're doing the thing, and it felt so right. And I got to meet this incredible human being.
Okay, I want to ask you, Joe.
Yes.
Let's talk about the audition process.
Yeah.
Okay, so walk me through I'm always curious as to what that's like. What was it like for you?
I feel like Marvel is known for notoriously like hard audition processes, and it was like I did like 8 or 9 auditions in total.
No way.
Yeah.
So wait, how does it work? So you get a call.
You get like a self-tape. I did the self-tape with my mum.
Nice. Was she your camera operator?
Agatha?
She did. It was the episode 1 stuff.
Oh my God, amazing.
Yeah. And then like do a Zoom recall, and then every time I would get further, and then they're like, oh, we want you to come to LA to do a chemistry with Kathryn.
And what did you think in that moment?
I was like, great. I've never been to LA before. That was my first time coming for 24 hours because I was doing a show in London. So like I did persuade the director to let me. I was like, please, I wouldn't ask you if it wasn't important.
Oh my gosh! So you got called to this chemistry read. You're there. Do you remember when you walked in?
Yes. Well, we both had Vans on. We both had the same shoes, which I thought was a sign.
Yeah.
And then once we started the scene, I was like, I mean, I kind of disassociated, to be honest, because there was no option. He was so looking into his eyes, and we had such instant chemistry, and it was like, it was Joe.
It's so interesting to hear you guys talk about the chemistry part, because for somebody on the outside looking in, when you're called to do a chemistry read, in my head, I would think that that's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
Is it always like that?
Well, you either have it or you don't, I guess. And there's it's magic.
Yeah.
So it really felt like it's easy. It's either there or it's not. You can't really force it. And so this just felt really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you felt the same for you, I'm assuming. Yeah.
I was so nervous walking in. They did it was during COVID time, so I did a COVID test in the next room.
Oh my gosh.
And I was convinced in that moment, I've got COVID, I've come all this way, I've got this far, they're literally 6 feet away, and I'm not, and then obviously I didn't. And then I walked in the room and all my nerves just, because Kathryn was so warm and open and.
He's amazing. Yeah. This is his second television show. This is his second thing that he's done on camera.
What do you mean, like this moment here?
No, right, exactly. Heartstoppers and then this. Could you imagine?
No, I can't imagine.
No.
What do your friends and family
he's so
think?
Poised.
What does Mom think? I mean, she's...
my mum's great. She sort of just takes it all, and it's so I think out of her realm of life that she's just so easy with it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Tell us a little bit about this. I mean, when we last left Agatha Harkness in WandaVision, she wasn't exactly in the best spot. She lost her powers. So what is she dealing with right now in Agatha All Along?
Yes, when we last saw her, she was under a spell that Wanda had put her in and recast her as the nosy neighbor that Agatha had cast herself in WandaVision. So I think when we see her, there's the spell has been punctured. And so she's trying to figure out who she is and why she's in this world predicament. And Teen, played by Joe, is one of the things that kind of is helping her kind of come out of this fog.
Well, it is so exciting to have both of you here. Congratulations, by the way. Tell your mom we say hello.
I know.
I know, it's so exciting. Great to have you here as well,
Thank
Kathryn.
you.
Enjoy Toronto, enjoy Canada. It is good to have you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, Agatha All Along, by the way, premieres on Disney Plus on September